You good? I've got it. Yeah. You ready? We'll go ahead and get started. I just want to really take the moment and welcome everyone to the University of Evansville Physician Assistant Program Hooding Ceremony, albeit maybe a year late for you folks. I want to thank all the family, friends that have traveled to support your loved ones for this very special event. It does, I don't know the right words, with it being delayed, mark your completion from your academic training into the professional medical world. I have to admit, though, it's so great to see you guys back. I'm so glad you made the trip. I missed you guys more than I think I missed you. Most of you, right? The hooding ceremony represents the completion of a course of study and the acquisition of knowledge. This then marks the transition of a student to the ranks of a lifelong learner and professional. Now, academic dress dates back all the way to the 12th and 13th centuries. It became a representation of knowledge and status that was used to set a student apart from the fellow citizens. The assignment of colors associated with the academic regalia came much later, came about in the late 19th century. The color or shades of green represent the color of the medical herbs and was adopted for all forms of medical degrees. The shape of the gowns is also indicated of the hood and the rank, the robes, if you will. A master's gown has an oblong sleeve, open at the wrist, rear part is oblong, and it is always really good to hold your mask. That's what they're used for now. But in all honesty, what I see, and I really appreciate you guys putting on your regalia for this event, because what I look at, especially seeing you guys a year out, is all the years and time that you put into your studies, the dedication, the resilience, and now you're starting to see the fruition of your work and time and efforts. That's what I see when I see you guys in your regalia. Now, during your original orientation, if you go back to that time, your white coat, training, and it's really interesting about the graduation, and I feel because I lost 2 graduations with my own kids, so I understand what you guys have been through, certainly as parents as well. But looking out at you guys, and I really appreciate the trip, but we have to strive to select on who we thought would make great providers, what we think makes a difference in caring for not just a patient, but seeing a person. It reminds us this is what we do and why we do it, and what we believe makes great clinicians. You guys are proving that those choices that we made hold to our values and our culture. And so you guys absolutely represent what we have been, what we're becoming, and what we are. And so you are definitely making changes in patients and people's lives. So I just want to take a moment and kind of address the 2020s here. I really sincerely thank you for choosing our program, taking a chance, being part of our family, helping shape our culture. You defined who we are as a program, what we become. Even the students that are yet to be in our program is part of your definition. We appreciated all of your excitement, your hard work, your passion. You remind me every day why we do what we do, why I'm in education, and why we all chose medicine. I am deeply proud of who you've become over this last year. I'm better because of you. I'm happy to see you. I'm sad that I missed you guys so much, but each one of you has been great and are making a difference. You are the University of Evansville PA program. We have a couple of speakers today. So the first speaker, which I do want to take a moment, this weekend is about as busy as it gets on a college campus, with graduations, split graduations, honor societies, hoodings, and our president's taken the time to show how much you guys matter and be here. So I just want to point that out, how much we appreciate your time. But Dr. Pietruszkiewicz is the 24th president of the University of Evansville. He began his service at UE in July of 2018. He's a tax attorney who worked as a trial lawyer in the tax division of the United States Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., and as an attorney advisor for the United States Department of Education. In 2000, he entered the world of higher education as an adjunct professor at George Mason University School of Law. and in 2001 joined the law faculty at LSU Law Center in Baton Rouge, later serving as Vice Chancellor for Business and Financial Affairs at LSU. Beginning in 2012, Dr. Pietruszkiewicz served 6 years as Dean of the Stetson University College of Law in Tampa Bay, Florida. Dr. Pietruszkiewicz.
Well, thank you, Dr. Roscoe, and it's, I suppose anytime you wear head to toe in purple, you get an opportunity to say hello and to congratulate you and welcome you back to campus. Although I got to tell you, Dr. Roscoe says these are really good for holding masks. They're not. They don't really go anywhere. It is wonderful to see you all back on campus. It's wonderful that while we waited a year to be able to celebrate together, it's delightful that we're going to be able to celebrate with you today, to be able to celebrate with you tonight, and to be able to celebrate our class of 2021 tomorrow. I think one of the most important things that happens as part of a university is recognizing our students as part of the history of what we do as part of the University of Evansville. So as you pass through our gates, as you pass through the doors of New Chapel, as you cross the stage at the Ford Center, one of the things that we want you to know most is that you are also not only the history of the University of Evansville, but also the future of the University of Evansville. And we're so delighted that you have been part of our University of Evansville community. Not too long ago, 2 weeks or so ago, I got a chance to be with the PA students as they received their white coats for the first time. And one of the things that I told them is that they may not remember the oath that you'll take a little bit later today, but one of the things that I always hope that you'll remember is any time that you put on the white coat, it's a symbol of doing the right thing. And so every time you have an opportunity to do that anew, every time you have a chance to do that, you get to make the difference in the lives of your patients, you get to make the difference in the lives of families, and you get to make a difference in the lives of all of those that are part of our community. So on behalf of all of us at the University of Evansville, it is a year late, but congratulations from all of us. We can't wait to celebrate with you, and we can't wait to see what you do in the future. Thank you so much.
Our second speaker today is Dr. Paul Perry. He's the medical director for our PA program. He is also president of Tri-State Orthopedics and one of our greatest advocates within the community. He has been involved in helping guide and develop the program through the very first, I think the first iteration of the curriculum, all the way to where we are today. He's helped mentor me, the faculty. I think he's probably mentored a lot of you guys in rotations, but he is dedicated to PA education, and he brings bringing PAs to this community. Tri-State Orthopedics has been a strong supporter of our program since its inception, continues to be a keystone element for our program. I'm honored to call Dr. Perry our medical director, mentor, and friend. Dr. Perry.
Dr. Roscoe, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Double 20s, right? Back here. You never thought it would end like this, did you? I think unprecedented is an overused but so appropriate term. So welcome and belatedly congratulations. I'm going to give some remarks, but I bet each one of you could give some remarks about your first year in practice. There's so much learning that happens so fast, and I'm sure you could have some stories to tell. So, sort of rewinding this, in the fall of 2017, you were given the opportunity to be a PA, a purple ace. Got that one, right? In January of 2018, you showed up here at UV and became part of your very accomplished class. And the world's changed, and you were in the middle of that. And if anything should be crystal clear, it's that what you do every day that you go to work, that every day that you practice medicine, is that you're doing wonderful things in your communities and for your patients. We're all proud of you, and we're proud that you've chosen this as your life's work. So part of my charge is to get up here and share some sort of sage advice or wisdom that might help you as you trudge on in the world. And I would be remiss if I didn't do that, so I'm going to do that. But as I thought about what I would say today, I thought about my own 3 children who are all in their mid-20s and about your age. I know there's some diversity of age, but about your age. And when I go into advice-giving mode, I get a little eye roll and telepathic message, okay, boomer, right? So rather than have me give you some advice from a boomer, I thought I would tell a little story that comes from a collegiate junior, younger than all of you, that I came upon very recently. And it struck a nerve with me, and maybe it'll strike a nerve with you. So Nick Lee is an elite college wrestler who goes to Penn State University, but he grew up here on the west side of Evansville. Most significantly, he's a new member of America's 2021 Olympic wrestling team, hoping to go to Tokyo. We'll see how that works out. In late March, Nick was in St. Louis wrestling in the NCAA championship matches, and he won his weight class to become an individual NCAA champion. So after the match, the ESPN reporter was interviewing all the champions and wanted to interview Nick. He didn't seem particularly excited about having a microphone in his face, but he was pleasant, and the reporter said to Nick, "Do you think you'll relax and savor this moment, maybe take some time off?" So Nick's response, to use my kid's term, was legendary. Quote, this is Nick, "I'm going to take a break tomorrow," which was Sunday, "and then I'm going to get back to work on Monday. There's water to carry and wood to chop." End of quote. He walked away from the mic. So water to carry and wood to chop really describes the mentality of this young man at the peak of his physical, mental, emotional capabilities. A young man that understands that success really follows only when you do the hard work, the mundane, maybe don't want to do work. And you guys have been in practice for a year. You already kind of know what I mean. So don't be discouraged by that. This is how it works. And it's a lot of hard work to be the best version of yourself. So you've been through a lot already. Your academic undergraduate careers that you worked hard in to get into PA school, applying to PA school and all that's entailed with that, some of you in multiple cycles. Your academic curriculum, pharmacology, anatomy, physiology, therapeutics, clin med, so on and so forth. And the putting of your learning into practice in your clinical year, now in your first year on the job. So carrying water and chopping wood, you know how to do that because you did it and success has followed you every step of the way. And though it may seem a little daunting, all that still is ahead of you as you have started your professional lives and your new communities or communities of choice, relationships, family, kids, all of those things that come with being a young adult, you know that how important it is to do the hard work, to chop the wood and carry the water, because that pays off. So today, as we all celebrate your grit and your determination to become PAs and to take your skills that you learned here into private practice, I want to take a minute to acknowledge all of the people that helped you along that path. Parents, friends, teachers, mentors, employers, anyone along the way that helped you be a better PA, those people should be recognized. And many of those people are here in the room. And it is really my opinion that we often underestimate all the things that have been bestowed upon us, because good fortune plays a much larger role in our professional lives and our personal destinies than we really care to recognize. So be grateful for your support systems, and be grateful that good fortune has shined upon all of you, and be inspired by this and forever grateful for it. Many of your loved ones carried a lot of water and chopped a lot of wood to make this day possible for you. And many thanks to those individuals who are here today and those that aren't. This is your day as well. Congratulations, double two O's. You're part of an amazing community already of healthcare providers. You've chosen to be a force for good in the world. There is no greater calling than to care for your fellow man. You have the greatest job in the world, most days. You're doing something powerful and meaningful. You're making a difference in the lives of the people in your community. Never lose that perspective. What you will do every day of your professional lives matters. Even on the days when the water to be fetched seems endless and the forest to be felled is boundless, you are doing something amazing. Godspeed to you, class of 2020. We cannot wait to see all that you will continue to achieve. Thank you.
The third speaker today is Dylan Menefee. He is the 2020 class president. He has functioned as a liaison between the class and the faculty, which is sometimes a more difficult job than others, but especially when you add on all the academic responsibilities. He did just an incredible job balancing all of that additional responsibilities and being cool at the same time, right? There could not have been a better choice to take on this leadership role, and he's been an example to all of us here. And I'd like to take a moment and just give Dylan a little bit of applause for that. Now, I actually have to add a little bit more off script here. So Dylan and I have a unique relationship in that I think it's probably been 8 or 10 years I've known Dylan, and I was his freshman. I knew him as a high school coming in to college. I was his freshman advisor at another university. Can you believe that? So what a small world. So Dylan to me represents perseverance and resilience that is as high as it gets, and I appreciate that for him. So I certainly admire him for that. But I'll let him go ahead and speak now. So Dylan, come on up. The mic is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Roscoe. And thank you, Dr. Perry, for being here, and Mr. President. Before I go any further, I'd like to salute the professors and the faculty. I'll take the mask off. I forgot. It's been so used to it. The professors and the faculty members who are here today, and those who dedicate their lives to teaching, and so doing are helping to build a better and more hopeful future for everyone, one mind at a time. And over the last year and beyond, I've understood that you can't really comprehend the full scale and variety of the human condition until you've worked in medicine, and there couldn't be more mentors to provide that wisdom and that energy. I found that wherever the art of medicine is loved, there's also a love for humanity, and I feel connected to that now, and I think I share that with my peers. And you've all gave us that passion and the platform to show ourselves, that we could climb out of our own self-doubt and understand that. At the same time, I feel like there's no saviors, there's lives to be lived, and we've all acknowledged things were in place before we arrive, and we ought to show gratitude for the love that we've received. To be grateful that I am who I am because someone loved me. And I share that with my peers as well, and I want to portray that message to others. To the faculty, staff, and the team of peers, we showed each other that we're not prepackaged commodities. We're different and emotional and connected to the world in our own way. And through that, we've been pressed hard on every side, but not crushed. And these ideologies were not spontaneous, they were learned. And who better to pass on that information and energy than the team we had to educate us? These ideologies will filter through us into our patients. And as Dr. Perry said, we have grit, and we try again, we fail again, and we fail better. But even when we fail better, we can at least raise our voices and connect it to movements, organizations, and structures. And I think we've been successful in that. We've been taught about kind of the American dream, and I don't really think it goes far enough. It says that you have to work hard, sacrifice, and get yours, and feel good about yourself. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to gain access to resources, nothing wrong with wanting to work hard, and nothing wrong with living where you want to live. But then the question becomes, now that you're successful, are you great? And I think greatness has to do with he or she that uses his success for something bigger than themselves, and service to others, service to those, the least of these. And it's not a matter of how successful you may be. It's a matter of how your soul is involved in your work and the love you leave in your legacy, and that's up to us. So I wanted to thank everyone for allowing me to speak to you on this really special day, a day where it's not a time for self-mastery or the kind of discipline that we've been so conditioned to show, but time to feel pride in your achievement and the struggle you've overcome. So thank you, Dr. Roscoe and staff, and I wish everyone to be great. Thank you.
Okay. So at this time, we will begin the hooding ceremony. Each student will be hooded by two faculty members. The first is Dr. Roscoe, the former chair and PA program director, and the second is Dr. Lampkins, the current chair of the PA department. We ask that you hold any applause until the entire class has received their hood. So, small group, we're pretty informal with this group. We've all been together. So the first one is Lauren Flavin. Jane Fritchley. Brenna Hoffman. Mackenzie Lucan. Dylan Menefee. Jake Mishler. Maria Nadim. Lily Tapin-Shively. Trevor Warfield. Alexa Winter. Let's give a general round of applause for the University of Evansville class of 2020.
Another important symbol within the medical world is the professional oath. We will close the ceremony with the physician assistant professional oath. This can be found in the back of your program. I invite the PA class of 2020 to stand. I also invite any physician assistant in attendance to also stand to recite the oath. Those reciting the oath, raise your right hand. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship within the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. Congratulations.
Can we have another round of applause for our class? Now, we're going to dismiss in a moment, but we're going to try to be organized and keep as socially distanced as we can. So we'll start kind of at the front in a minute, and we'll go out by rows. So if we don't just mass exit, that'd be great on that. But for you guys, since I know how much you missed my Panoptos, that ends this Panopto for you guys. All right, thank you guys again. That ends this ceremony. Good. there people who came and discussed items? There was. Yeah. Did that work out? Yes. Yeah. Actually, oh, you know, no, I mean, never virtual. Yes, there's several. So far, it's